We proceed. 7-2, an ellipse. Well, it's sort of like a oval circle. There's 2 points for a given ellipse. There's 2 points, the focus 1 and focus 2, the foci. And the rule is that any point on the ellipse, the distance from P to F1 plus the distance from P to F2 is a constant. That one way they use it, say you can draw a focus, push pins into the paper here and here, get a loop of string of constant length, of course, put your pen and pull it tight, and it works around like that. I've tried that on occasion, and it's an awkward way of doing things, but okay, fine, whatever. Constant sum of distances to the two foci. Now here we have an example. Okay, the equation will be of this form: x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1. In this case, a is bigger than b, so we have what's called a horizontal major axis. It has vertices a by plus or minus a by 0, 0 by plus or minus b. And the focus is at c by 0, where c is the square root of a squared minus b squared. This is if a is bigger than b. Now, if b is bigger than a, same equation. Same vertices, plus or minus a by 0, 0 by plus or minus b. Here, the foci will be on the y-axis, 0 by plus or minus c, where here c is square root of b squared minus a squared. Here it's root a squared minus b squared, because this makes sense if a is bigger than b. Here we have to reverse the order if b is bigger than a. Now, if we take the eccentricity, if you take a is bigger than b, so the horizontal major axis, then the ratio of c to a is called the eccentricity. The eccentricity is c divided by a. In the case of a circle, the foci are identical and at the center. So are identical and at the center, and so E is close or at 0. Here, 0.8 is a little stretched out. We're very, very stretched out. It gets approaching 1. For it to be perfectly equal to 1, I have to collapse to a line. So they have some examples. Find vertices, foci, and eccentricity of the ellipse. X squared over 36 plus y squared over 81 equals 1, and then graph. I rewrite 36 as 6 squared, and 81 is 9 squared. X squared over 6 squared plus 9 squared over y squared over 9 squared equals 1. Right away, we read off the vertices. Plus or minus 6 by 0, 0 by plus or minus 9. Then, see the distance from the center to the focus, foci, is root 9 squared minus 6 squared. So that's 81 minus 36 is 45. You can take out a factor of 9, not root 9, root 5. So that's 3 root 5 is the distance to the focus. So those are the foci. 0 by plus or minus 3 root 5. Eccentricity is that quantity over 9, which is about 745. Graph looks something like this. Okay. Plus or minus 6, plus or minus 9, 3 root 5. What is that? Should have gotten an exact value, or at least an approximate value. 3 root 5 is about 6.7, so almost 7 here and here. Find vertices, foci, eccentricity, and graph of 3x squared plus y squared equals 9. Now here we have a 9 on this side, and the equation has a 1. So we divide both sides by 9. 3x squared over 9 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. 3 over 9 is 1/3. That's root 3 squared. X squared over root 3 squared plus y squared over 9 is 3 squared equals 1. X squared over root 3 squared plus y squared over 3 squared equals 1. So we can read off the vertices. Plus or minus root 3 by 0, 0 by plus or minus 3. Easy enough. The C, the eccentricity, we'll take 3 squared minus root 3 squared. 9 minus 3, that's root 6. That's 2 point something. So we can read it off. And so therefore, you plus or minus root 3 by 0, 0 by plus or minus 3. Focus at plus or minus root 6. And the eccentricity is root 6 over 3, about 0.81. The graph looks like this. Here they ask for a ellipse with foci plus or minus 4 by 0 and vertices plus or minus 5 by 0. Okay. So we look at the original equation. C squared equals Since the vertices and the foci are on the horizontal axis, that means A is bigger than B. So C squared is equals A squared minus B squared. Put 4 in for C, 5 in for A. 4 squared equals 5 squared minus B squared. Transpose B and 4 squared. B squared equals 5 squared minus 4 squared is 25 minus 16 is 9. So, so B is 3 and A is 5. So X squared over 5 squared plus Y squared over this 3 squared equals 1. Okay. I'll leave that